What's going on, Blerds, nerds, and everybody in between? It's your boy Wyatt, the sensei of the syndicate, here with another episode of With the BS. And you know, I can't just be on BS by myself. So we got today the Husky Hokage himself. Marcus, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Man, just making it. I am excited to talk about sports movies because I think there's a lot of them. So
It
it's going to be
is.
a fun conversation. But I got to also bring in the left hand, the strong left, the tiny fist of Fury herself. KB, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Having a fantastic day. Looking forward to, chatting with my peoples tonight. I want to say I love this new, like the theme song, the music.
Yeah,
I love this. I feel real, like official with that.
you like that one?
I
Tried
need to
to do a
come
little
in with
something,
like
something.
the
It
leather
is.
jacket and the outfit. Like I need to step my fashion game up for this intro.
Man, it makes you want to like pull up your shoulders, pull your shoulders forward and stuff
Right,
like
come in
that.
here and just
Yeah, so yeah,
It
it's
is
all
dope.
so. Um, Tots said he can't stay, but quack quack quack. Yeah, there we go. So
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Tats. Let's go.
so yeah, so we definitely are talking sports movies today. So I got a couple of them. But I want to talk to KB first because KB first of all wouldn't let me talk about it yesterday. So if you haven't seen the drink and draw yesterday, definitely check that out. She cut me off all the way at the knees. But
wasn't even that bad.
it wasn't that bad though. It started because of the fact that there was there was a new trailer for Creed 3 that comes out. So Creed 3, he, I like it. It's a reimagining of the boxing genre. So I think it's really, really cool. Plus he's fighting people from his past now. So I thought it was really cool to have that happen as well. So um definitely I will be seeing that one. And then it also we started talking about the Rocky movies, and you said that you have not seen you've seen maybe one, KB.
I know for a fact I've seen one. I think it's the first one, which everyone has the montage of him running up the stairs and he doing this and they're playing
Mhm.
like that's the one that I saw. I saw that one from beginning to end, but I have not seen any of the rest of them. And I want to clarify, I did not cut you off at the knees because you were talking about the trailer. What happened is we talked about Creed 3 because I was like, it's Killmonger versus Kang alternate universe, and I'm ecstatic about this. And
Mhm.
then you were like, oh, by the way, tomorrow, which was yesterday, we're going to be talking about sports movies and which one is your favorite, which one is the best. And then you proceeded to keep talking about sports movies and naming all the sports movies. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Because you was asking people to name sports movies and you can't talk about the sports movies on the show that's not about the sports movies.
So
Save something for the night is what I
here's
said.
what I was trying to do. I was trying to have people be like, "Oh man, let's talk about this movie. Oh, I forgot about Remember the Titans. Oh man, I forgot about Mighty Ducks. Oh, I
Right, but
forgot
they was
about."
going to talk about it then, not now. You need them to
But
talk
then
about it
after that,
now.
then they're gonna be like, "Okay, cool. I definitely need to show up because we were like within 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes before Jeremy was getting done. So I was gonna be like, cool. Now you
That
got to come back.
conversation was that conversation was gonna ramble, and you know it.
Maybe I've been known to ramble every once in a while. So but so I want to ask you then, what is your favorite sports movie? KB. Yeah.
I was gonna let Marcus go first because my dogs were yelling at me.
Hmm. All right. Well, Marcus, if you got it.
My favorite sports movie is probably gonna be. It's hard to pick because I love the sports movies. But my favorite right now, I probably go with just off the rip, Mighty Ducks, man. Like
Mm,
that is a yes, Coach Bombay, the Minnesota Miracle Man. I watched like literally a kid. This made a kid from the hood want to learn. I wanted to learn how to ice skate. I wanted to play hockey. Like I wanted to do it all, bro. It was I love that movie.
everybody wanted to do the flying V. You
Man,
all you
what?
needed was three people. It was like, listen, we're gonna make this V or something. So um
Yes.
yeah, so which one? Mighty Ducks one, two, or three?
It's probably gonna out of all of them, the one is a classic, hands down. But my favorite is probably two.
Yeah.
It's probably two. You got my boy Kenan Thompson, Russ Tyler with the knuckle puck. Yeah, man. So that's it's probably two. It's my favorite out of the trio.
Plus, they showed you how to fight dirty in hockey as well.
Yes. And so you get it. I love like with two, you got like you got some of the original crew and like they introduce, then you get Fulton and the other guy come to, I can't think his name right now, but they come to Bash Brothers.
Yeah.
I love that, man. I love it. The two's probably my favorite, hands down.
Yeah, that, and then I also liked how they had like even the guy who was he was like the sports wrangler guy. So
he was Dwayne, I think it was Dwayne Robertson.
Yeah,
the ice cap, say the cowboy.
Yeah, that was the dude.
Yeah.
He was funny too, because his sayings were like, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like some of you got the southern sayings that y'all be having, and then after that I'd be like, what the hell y'all talking about? You know what I mean? So there's a couple of them. Upper management knows them, and then I'd be like, what was that? I don't even understand. What did you just say? Context clues help me, but short of that.
Yeah, he had some crazy sayings, man. But yeah, it was him like the combination of them, all of them going together in the second like that. Like what they did in the second one was really good, man. They like I said, you got some of the old people and the new people, and they made they made it work. It was a good story. But yeah.
So you had that one. KB, did you have a particular one that you fancied?
I do. I have two.
Okay.
Remember the Titans.
Okay. I got you right here.
I quote that movie all the time. All the time.
And I absolutely love Hardball.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
We went to school with the dude from
yeah, that was his nickname too.
Yeah, they called him Hardball, yeah.
They'd be like, hey, Hardball. Hey, what's up, man?
I love that movie, and I don't even like baseball. I know nothing about baseball. It didn't teach me anything about baseball, but from like a storytelling standpoint, I don't know if it was that the story was that good or if it's that like you could identify with how some of them grew up.
Yeah.
And so it made it feel real to me.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed Hardball.
That was a really good one. Let's see.
I know a bunch. Like I can start naming them, but yeah, it's a lot of good ones out there. Well, my take.
Yeah, so what I tried to do is I tried to pick some of the ones that I thought were really, really like good ones that I think kind of stick out to everybody.
Yeah.
Or to some. So like say for instance, we got Cool Runnings.
Hey.
That is like that's my one, because then after that, old buddy was like, I see pride, I see power, I see a badass mother who don't take nothing from nobody.
It's either that what anything what comes to mind is that filthy rhythm, filthy rhyme. Look out, word! It's bobsled time. I love
exactly. That'll get you every time too with me. Like, when I was showing my son how to ride a bike, that's the kind of mantra we had for him. I was like, "Come on, feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Come on, man." And then after that, he would just take off. He'd be like, and so I was like, "I have to show you Cool Runnings." And so he was interested. He liked it a lot.
I've never seen Cool Runnings, but I know that mantra and I know the cadence, and it shows up in a lot of different things.
Yeah, Cool Runnings is such a good movie, man. What else they got? Little Giants.
Little Giants is good.
Love Little Giants, man. I watched it with the boys like for the first time like a year ago, man. They really enjoyed it. The Sandlot is classic.
Yeah,
that was my number. Like that was my next one behind those first two.
I be telling my son all the time, "You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me."
Is saying what else they had? Yeah, saying like we had even the ones that were like you had Angels in the Outfield. It's a kind of a sports movie. Um, you had Rookie of the Year with
Yeah,
Rowan Gardner.
yeah, old buddy who broke his arm.
Yes, and the manager, the dude would never call him by his right name. It was so every time he called, it would be something different.
Exactly.
Yeah, they had Daniel Stern in there as the guy. I remember he got stuck in the cage
Mhm.
in the locker room.
It was not fun for him.
Oh man, oh man.
So,
King Richard was actually pretty good, and I'll count that as a sports movie because it's Venus and Serena.
Yeah, I haven't watched. I heard really good things about it though.
yeah,
It's really good.
I
it,
what and go ahead, what?
no, I was just agreeing with KB. It was a really really good movie. And like you got to see Will Smith as a protective father, you know what I mean? And then also you got to see how he just wanted to do well and how there were so many things that were like against him in that situation. Especially because he at the time he had like all girls. Well, he had a bunch of kids.
Yeah, he
But
did. I heard about
yeah,
that.
so like they were just all out and everywhere. But the ones that was in the Williams house with him at that time, they were all doing really, really good.
Yeah, I heard like I know I heard really good things about the movie, and then some some person that feels like they weren't Venus and Rita wasn't getting their just due was talking about how the movie it didn't focus on them, but like the movie is called King Richard. They're telling a story about how they fought. Like I don't understand. Some people had the gripe some people had with that movie, but like I heard really really good things. I've been meaning to watch it. Just once again haven't had the time. But
Yeah, man. It's
The
a
gripe,
Go ahead.
my bad, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the gripe literally came from people wanting what they wanted and not literally what they told you were getting.
yeah,
It somebody writing fan fiction in their heads of what they thought this was gonna be instead of paying attention to what it told you it was gonna be.
And the
yeah,
crazy thing is, like the or the Williams sisters were like executive producers on it. So like
yeah, they were.
he had to get their a okay even after they made the movie because if it wasn't something that was indicative of what they thought their father was, they had kind of like final say on whether or not it actually got produced or actually came and saw like the air. So that was something where they said that they were in tears about it because they got to be able to see their father in a way that you know was new to them.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I like I said, I heard that like I said nothing but good things. The majority was good things about that movie.
Hmm.
Space Jam is another good sports movie. I love Space Jam.
Hmm.
It's basketball, and
It's
they played
I would
basketball
say
in the game. Like
yeah,
they played
it's
basketball.
it was it for it was a good. We'll leave it as a good sports movie. The acting of Michael Jordan was just
Yeah, I didn't come down here to get my butts whooped by a bunch of.
No, but Bugs Bunny was a fantastic actor. He played his role.
he did. Yeah, I say Space Jam was good. You can count both of them in there. I mean,
Oh no,
yeah.
I'm not. No, no,
I'll throw
that other
both
one
of
does
them
not
in there.
exist.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Actually,
not
I
doing
thought
that.
I thought it was okay. It wasn't the best, but like I mean, it was a kid. It was garnered towards kids that So I throw it in there. Well, I'll throw it in there. I get what you're saying though.
I would
Completely.
have been fine if they didn't call it Space Jam. It could have been named anything else, and I would have been fine with it. But you can't taint the legacy that is my Space Jam with that. Because on its own, it's not a terrible movie. It's about as good as I expected it to be. But leave my classics alone, please.
I think I think now in this day and age, like you couldn't get away with as much stuff because like the thing that made Space Jam so good was how adult the jokes were with the Looney Tunes, even though it's supposed to be a kids movie. You know what I mean? So a lot of times they had those jokes that like you shouldn't have been like the kids were laughing at one thing, and then after that the adults were laughing at something different, and so it's a whole different thing now. Like, but you can't say those jokes, and then I don't know. They canceled Pepe Le Pew, and I understand. You know, he wasn't doing right, but you know what I mean. Like,
We're down that road with Johnny Bravo.
yeah, man, that at some point you just got to be able to be like, all right, it was what it was. We weren't as good as what we should have been, and we know better now. So, it could have been something where Pepe Le Pew learned how to respect women. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Missed a moment.
I agree. I agree. I'm trying to think. There's I know these are more, I guess, adult sports movies, but one of my favorites is Any Given Sunday with Jamie Foxx, Al Pacino.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I love that movie. Any Given that one. And you had some of your funny ones. Like you remember the Replacements
Yeah.
with
See,
Keanu Reeves.
I got some of those on here. So I got like the Water Boy.
Yeah,
Adam
definitely.
Sandler did a lot of like sports movies or sports
He
oriented
did.
movies. So he did that one. He did The Longest
Longest
Yard.
Yard. I love that one.
Yeah.
That's a remake, but never. I love that movie.
Yeah. See, I got upset with what was it, Steve Austin that was saying nigga, and I was like,
Yeah.
come on, Steve, you're better than that. You're better than that. By the way, I watched The Shining yesterday, and the funniest part to me was where what was it? Jack Nicholson was talking to the bartender or like the guy who had killed his family beforehand, and he was like, there's a nigger, that's a problem. And then after they were like a nigger, and they had the hard ER on there. That was the thing. He's like, he's a cook. I was like, oh, so Jack, you deserve to die. You didn't use the hard ER. Yeah, go ahead and kick rocks. So another Adam Sandler movie that was really, really good, Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
So the fact that he fought Bob Barker and Bob Barker beat the brakes off of him.
The Price is Right.
The price is wrong, Bob. So that was another one. So there's been a lot of them. I know we had just got done talking about Will Smith. How did you guys like him in Ali?
I thought he did a good job.
I haven't seen Ali.
Okay. I think they were all in those like biop, like that whole kind of there was that genre where everybody was doing that as far as that's concerned. He was good, but I still felt like I saw Will Smith. Like when the person that killed that role, and you had just talked about him beforehand, Marcus, was Jamie Foxx when he did Ray.
But he had been doing, like, he had been selected to play Ray like for years. He had been with Ray Charles, like before Ray Charles passed away. Like he was with Ray Charles, like spent time with Ray Charles, like on several, like studying him, picking up his mannerisms, stuff like that, doing all of that well before they started filming for that movie. But yeah.
So, and then I heard Jamie Foxx was supposed to be doing like the Mike Tyson one, because I think
he was selected to play Mike Tyson too. But they Hulu had a Mike Tyson movie.
Yeah, that one.
I hate they did Trevante Rose like that, but
what do y'all think? Is Karate Kid a sports movie?
You can put that in there. I mean, you could throw that in there.
If you're gonna have stuff like Space Jam in there, then yeah, you gotta allow Karate Kid to have that. And if you do search for sports movies, it comes up.
Yeah. You ever seen? Oh, go ahead.
Is Bloodsport? I know it's in the name, but you know what I mean.
You can throw that in there. It's martial arts. We can clarify martial arts as a sports movies.
Normally they throw it in action first, but.
Yeah, in turn, like when it's in a term or something is involved in it, you can clarify that as a sports movie. Like what was the movie from back in the day? It had Chuck Norris in it. The guy was trying to Chuck was the kid dreamed of being
Sidekicks.
Yeah. With John,
Sidekicks.
I love that movie.
That movie was my favorite too. Like, because he kept daydreaming, and then he was like kept doing stuff like, so One time he would be climbing up the rope, KB, and then he'd be like, "Oh man, I can't do it." And so then he daydreamed that he was on like a mission with Chuck Norris, and he was like, "Hey, we only got 5 more feet to go, and we'll be over the wall, and you can do it, can't you, sport?" And like that was his friend throughout the whole time.
That's crazy.
Yes, yeah. Sidekicks is a good one. I ain't seen that in a minute either.
Mm-hmm. One that I think is a comedy, but it's still a really good sports movie.
Mhm.
White Man
I
Can't
mean,
Jump.
can't jump.
Was that a comedy, or do you just label it a comedy?
I think it was. It had well. It may have had comedy elements. It did
Yeah.
have some comedic elements in it. Because that's this the whole entire scene was like, a dude got mad. I'm going to the car and get my like literally.
Yeah, I'm going to the car. I'm getting my gun, and when I get back, man,
when I everybody scattered, bro. Like that's some real life stuff.
Mhm.
Like, uh, man, but it had some comedic elements. I think, and I heard they were supposed to be remaking it, which is, I don't know how I feel about that,
I know how I feel.
but
I know.
like,
I-
just,
That's funny.
I know how. So I get tired of remakes, like you know what I mean, and reboots. Like it's like everybody's scared to have original takes on stuff. So then after that, it's just like, okay, we know that this sold really, really well 30 years ago, and now that people are older, we can be able to capitalize on that. I just want to be able to have like a hiatus on remakes and reboots for like 5 years. Let's just get just original things, and that's including comic book movies. I don't want it to be something where you took from this storyline or this story arc that this person made that was really really popular. I want you to make your own storylines.
I'm down
I'm
with
gonna be
that.
honest with you. The only remake I'm trying to have right now are the X-Men movies. Only because now that they have the rights to them, I feel like we deserve this. So that's the only remake I'm trying to have right now. Otherwise, I agree with you, but I need this remake. I need you
So
to let me have this.
so you're gonna let Disney get get your money for the next 10 to 15 years just so
So,
they can redo everything because
No,
they're gonna
that
milk the shit out of it.
let me clarify my
Okay,
statement. Let me
go
clean
ahead.
it
Go
up.
ahead.
I literally mean just this one they about to give us because technically this is going to be a revamp. Like it's going to be
Mm,
like a remake.
okay, I get what you're saying.
Yes. I'm not saying that I want them to keep rebooting the X-Men 1,022 times. No, absolutely not. But I'm saying this one that we're about to get, I have earned the right to see this movie and see it done well.
I agree because the first two were nice, and
it's
then they went down.
I know it's what we're talking about sports movie, but I just want to get into that real quick. So I'm gonna say this. I'm excited for Deadpool 3, and I'm excited that we're getting Wolverine, Hugh Jackman.
Mhm.
However, that needs to be Hugh Jackman's last movie as Wolverine. I stand on that.
Yeah.
And I don't want him reprising his role as Wolverine for the MCU.
No,
I don't want that.
no, absolutely
Give
not.
me somebody new. If you want, to be honest with you, you can give me somebody a little bit more comic book accurate, somebody short and ornery. Just like give me, like I said, I told my pick would have been Daniel Radcliffe. I think he could have pulled it off. Maybe getting the bulk up some.
Mhm.
I think he could have pulled it off. But that's just my piece on that. We can go back to the topic at hand.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I just get tired of them kind of remaking stuff. Like, and I there's some of them that are really good. I love like Cobra Kai. I like some of the other ones that they make, but I think that sometimes, like especially with like the dynamic that you had with White Man Can't Jump with Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes, like they were just good together. So
Yeah, and they was in
and
a couple of movies together.
Money Train. What else were they in?
They were in something. They was in something else too. I can't
Mhm.
remember.
But
I can't remember.
they just had a good dynamic where they played off each other really well. So I mean, I would love to see people grow that dynamic, but then like they try to milk it for all it's worth, where they'd be like, oh, okay, well, just how they did with the Rock and Kevin Hart. They were like, oh, y'all are good together, we're gonna make 7 movies with y'all together.
Or the
Super
Rock,
Pets.
the Rock and Jason Statham.
Yeah,
Like,
Super
like,
Pets.
yes,
4.
yes, yeah,
uh
yeah.
Jumanji. Yeah, so Central Intelligence #3. Like it just
Yeah.
keep by that time, like no wonder they best friends, because they ain't got no other choice. They see each other every little bit. But
Right. Every 4 years, y'all are back together.
not even that, like every 6 months, they'd be like, oh, so we did a project without each other, but now we're gonna come back and do something else. Cause it was crazy. They did Super Pets, and I looked at that and I
Yeah,
was
they
like,
did.
oh. And then they had just done like Jumanji, like right before the pandemic came, and so they were like, "Oh well, I guess we got to keep each other separate from that point." But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how they do it. They try to milk it.
hmm So one of these movies that I really liked, I did like A League of Their Own. Like Tom Hanks was.
Oh yes, yes, that's a good one.
Uh, I don't think Tom Hanks has too many like L's when he chooses his movies. Like you know what I mean? Like him and like Denzel usually kind of make their movies, and they don't take too many L's when it comes to that. So I always like to go to see their movies. Tom Hanks, no matter what he plays, I'm here for it. But I want to talk to you guys about this one. Creed. Creed is that dude. I love the fact that like it is a remake, but in the same instance, it's like a retelling. Like they don't completely mirror exactly what happens with Rocky in Creed. And I love the fact that in this third movie that Sylvester Stallone isn't in it at all. Like this is his opportunity to kind of stand on his own, tell his
Yeah,
own
yeah,
story, and things like that. And I like the fact that like there was less and less of Rocky in the Creed movies as they progressed. Um, but
yeah. Because he's training with his step half brother, whatever, in this movie, which is played by Wood Harris, is his training. Usually it's
well, no, it was the trainer's son, because I think was it
I
in
thought
his.
I thought was is his I thought is Wood Harris. I thought isn't he like I thought he was I thought he was Apollo Creed's son, an actual son, and because
Uh,
Adonis is like his is like a was like a side child or something like that.
oh, I thought. Well, I
I
can
said
look. Yeah,
I would definitely look it up
because he is Tony Little.
okay,
What is uh little? He's Little Duke Evers. So he was the trainer, the black trainer,
okay, he was his
his
son.
son.
Okay,
And
okay,
so then he was just like, oh, which I thought the only thing that I thought that they missed or had an opportunity for in that Creed, I would love to see the dynamic of like how he was treated versus, as an outside kid versus, you know what I mean? The other kids.
okay, okay.
Yeah. But I've heard Creed is really good. I just
It
haven't.
is. It is.
I'm not big on boxing. So, like I said, I saw the first Rocky, and it's not that I didn't like the movie. I just didn't like it enough to continue the series.
Yeah. All right, so I can find out which Rocky you watched. At the end of the Rocky, did he win or did he lose?
He won.
Okay. So that eliminates Rocky 1, because Rocky 1 he did not lose. He didn't. Now, was there a sign where like he had to beat a count, like he was getting up off the ropes, or did he just beat up somebody?
I think he had to get off the ropes.
All right, it's Rocky 2 that you saw.
Okay. Yeah, because he was like staggering around. I thought he was gonna lose, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He beat the
I
shit out
would
of
say.
Apollo.
I would say you would have knew if he fought Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't that because that's the dude, like the real big dude. Nah, it wasn't
And
him.
Dolph
Yeah.
Lundgren.
Or if it was Mr. T, you would have You'd have
Yeah,
been
nah,
like, yeah,
it wasn't that funny, man.
Good old Clubber Lang.
yeah, good old man. Didn't he kill Mick or he pushed Mick and then Mick had a heart attack or something like that, right?
I think so. I think Mick did die in that movie.
Yeah, he was like,
But yeah,
Mick, no, no, Mick. Like those are my favorite movies, man. Like I can literally watch those. I think they tell a really good story about how like a person can give up on themselves. Like, you know, in the first Rocky movie, he couldn't finish fights. He would lose the will to fight. And that was what he was saying. Like, you've never gone the whole, it was 16 rounds because it wasn't 12 at the time. So he's like, you've
yeah.
never gone the whole 16 rounds. Like, and he's like, I can always admit the trainer didn't want to train him because he was like, I can always tell in your eyes that you don't have it. You're just going to be a bum. And so that was the whole thing in the first one. The second one was like, now that I know I can go, like you have to show that you can be a heart of a champion. And a lot of times, Rock had a lot of stuff going on. He was dyslexic. He wasn't really smart in the first place. And you know what I mean? He didn't have confidence in himself. So, and I think that is something that people can relate to in trying to overcome it with just hard work and just effort. So, yeah.
It's very passionate.
Yeah, I mean,
those Rocky movies are even the not the newer Rocky movie, the like one of the last ones he fought he did, like he was
Balboa,
not Balboa, not that one. The what was like one of the last ones that came out, like where he fought where he picked the guy.
Oh, Rocky
like,
5.
I think it was, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, where he trained a dude, and the dude was like, well, I don't need you no more. And he was like, it's
Tommy
cool.
Guns or something like that.
Tommy Guns. He was like, Tommy, man, I loved you like a brother. I loved you like a son. He was like, forget you, man. I'm not being in your shadow no more. And then he tried to, start a fight with Rocky, and Rocky had to show him, I'm still from these streets.
Rocky whooped his butt.
Whooped his ass. You can go ahead and say it. He beat the brakes off that man. He was like, listen, you may know how to box, but I know how to fight.
Man, he I mean one of the sayings from the movie was what I think the black guy that became Tommy's manager or whatever. He was like, you hit me and you touch me and I sue.
Mm-hmm.
I sue. And Rocky hit his ass with an uppercut.
That nigga went flying.
Yes, he did.
He flew like the Power Rangers used to fly when they got punched really, really bad. Like the only thing that was missing was the sparks. That was it.
He reminded me of when I think of when Della Reese hit gave Eddie Murphy the uppercut in Harlem Nights. Yeah, hit and went ow.
She gave him a 2-piece on that one.
Hit garbage cans.
Man, I love them. That's like one of my all-time favorite movies. I love that movie. And in that scene, when he says, well, she like, he pulled a gun out, he shakes the foot like him. She go ahead and shoot it. Go ahead and shoot it. And when he looks over to everybody on the side, and they do that right there. It take me out of here side.
No, my favorite part, and excuse my language on this one, it's like I ain't gonna be too many more blind motherfuckers around here.
or when they doing the setup near the end of the movie, and they had an accident, and they look over, and Red Fox got on these thick ass glasses, and he's sitting in the car looking lost. Bruh. That movie's hilarious. Bruh.
We're gonna have a comedy tournament. I don't know if it's either going to be comedians or movies, because like my favorite all time is Harlem Night. That's one of the first movies I got to hear cussing, and I understood the cussing. When you're a kid, you don't understand. You be like, oh, it's bad. When they cuss, it made sense.
Man, what, Brad? Like that movie is just classic. It's had so many classic classic things. When the dude he get through sleeping with Sunshine. Hey, yeah, put your mama home. Put your mama on the phone. I ain't coming home no more. Like, really?
Yeah, that's it. All right, we got to get back to these sports. Go ahead. Because we are. All right, so
derail.
Yeah. So if you had to choose a favorite football sports movie, which
Mhm.
one would you choose? I'm gonna break it down by sports. That way.
Okay. Okay. Favorite football sports movie.
Yeah, I'm keeping Remember the Titans.
I'm probably gonna go. I still. Ooh. Ooh. This is hard because that's my favorite sport, and it's because you like I said, Remember the Titans is a classic. Any Given Sunday is a classic, and
Yeah.
not too many people remember this one. But it's like we used to watch it before football games, middle school. The program where Omar Epps had Halle Berry in it, and that is such a good movie.
What about
Waterboy,
Friday Night Lights too?
I would say Friday Night Lights is another one. It's so many classics. Booby Miles, man.
Boop.
You didn't live. I
Booby
got
ain't
to.
got, hey, Booby ain't got to lift.
It's God given. But I'm still gonna go with Any Given Sunday, bro. My boy Steaming Willie Beeman.
My name is Willie.
Willie Beeman.
There you go. I'm gonna have to, bro. I'm gonna have to go.
It's hard, man. It's hard, and it's just it's hard, bro.
It is. I'm gonna go with Remember the Titans as well because man, like, so I went to a private school up north, and there wasn't too many black people, and then that was like one of the things that made people really understand that there's differences but also similarities. And then after that, it was just funny, man. And then after that, how they had to do it, and then he, the other coach was like, "Hey, so they not getting another yard, not another yard. They're gonna remember the Titans, man." Yeah.
It's a classic, bro. You can't, like I said, you can't go wrong with it. I said, you drop my ball,
you run a mile. No, he said you run 2 miles.
I can't. If I when they're trying to repeat it, I would know it word for word because I say it all the time.
You miss a block, you run a mile. You drop a pass, you run a mile.
If I won't break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts,
and you're gonna run 2 miles.
That what was it? It was another one, man. But remember, Titan said, and it had so many good actors in it. You had Wood Harris, Julius Campbell, dude was playing and Wood been around for a long time because he played high school and Wood was in Above the Rim from the early 90s.
Black don't crack, bro. Black don't crack.
Yeah, man.
Hey, did you know that old buddy that was like what is the other one that was like strong side, left side, whatever his name was?
Yeah, Bertier.
Yeah, he wasn't he in Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah, he was.
And then
he's the voice of Thor in the new God of War game.
Huh. You know what I'm
saying? He played in a few other things, I think, but I know he was in Sons of Anarchy. He had Ryan Gosling in that movie.
The dude from Scrubs,
Donald Faison.
Yeah,
Petey.
Yeah, Petey,
the running back, y'all. Who else? They had the guy that I can't think of his name.
He was a notorious big guy.
Yeah,
and then now he's giving us
like,
hope. He's
like Jack, bro. He's Jack. Yeah, man.
All right, so if you had to think of a favorite, like what about the Waterboy? Waterboy was really good too.
Waterboy is that's another classic, man. You can't go wrong with it's like it's those top 5 movies like that. Like Remember the Titans, like I said, Any Given Sunday, like even you throw Little Giants, the Waterboy, like those movies like that, like amazing. Even like one of my other favorites is Unnecessary Roughness. Like I don't know if have you seen it?
Yeah, it's called Necessary Roughness. Yeah,
is it? I thought it was Unnecessary Roughness.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, we're gonna look it up.
Yeah, because I remember Sinbad was in it. Scott Baxter, the guy that played used to be on Quantum Leap.
Because
Uh,
I think it's necessary roughness because
it might be
like
necessary.
like the usual
It is.
flag is is unnecessary roughness, and they're like it's
Yeah,
necessary on this.
necessary
Uh,
reference. Yeah, I love that movie, man.
so
Had
about base, I'm gonna do baseball next. So
go
because we
for
talked
it.
about hardball, we talked
Mhm.
about like the Sandlot, um, a
Man,
League of Their Own.
yeah,
So there's a lot of baseball movies like what's the one Field of Dreams? I never watched that one. Um,
I've
but
seen it like once or twice.
yeah, so if you had a favorite baseball movie, what would it be?
Hmm.
League of Their Own is gonna beat out Hardball for me, but just barely. Because, like I said, Hardball, it was less about the sport for me and more
Mhm.
about the fact that I just love the entire story. But with League of Their Own, like that story and what it was for like women, like I League of Their
Mhm.
Own takes it for me.
I'm trying to think. I probably would go. Oh man, it's. I want to go. I don't know if I want to go Sandlot or if I want to go. Want to go Major League. I don't know.
Mm, Major
Major
League
League
Major League
is
Two was good. You have
yes.
no marbles.
yes. I'm thinking. I'm probably go with Major League, man. I love Major League too. Major League One was good, but Major League Two
Set it off.
yeah. Even though they replaced Wesley Snipes with Omar Epps, but I think Omar Epps did a really good job. But yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 42 with the late
Ah,
great Chadwick Boseman.
yeah.
Man, I watched that one, and it was before he passed, but I was like, because he was doing a lot of biop movies like that, where he was just like every black person he played, Rick James, Thurgood Marshall, but that one he to me, especially with what was his face, um, Harold, what's his the guy Indiana Jones, um, whatever his name
Harrison
is.
Ford. Harrison
Yes,
Ford.
Harrison Ford
You, you
was
mean
like
Thunderbolt
the
Ross?
yeah. He was the new like he was the manager and he was the one that
Yeah, I
that was
remember.
man. But
It was a good movie.
yeah, I really like that one. So that was pretty good. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna look at the last one for the night. Basketball movies. So we talked about stuff like Space Jam. Um, there's another one that I really liked. It was with Will Ferrell. It was Semi Pro.
Oh man,
That was
I
really
hate that
E
movie.
ELE.
good.
Everybody loves everybody, bro. I
everybody
love that movie.
everybody love everybody.
Jackie
I
Moon.
hate that film.
I love,
Everybody gonna love is sexy. Uh,
bruh. I love that movie, man.
so there's a couple other ones. There's like White Man Can't Jump. One that I thought about was He Got Game.
Man,
Um,
what? Jesus
yeah,
Shuttlesworth. Man,
and
what?
then
Did you go ahead?
oh, you had mentioned Above the Rim, but then after that there was like Blue Chips, and then like the
That's what I
Six
want to
Man with
say.
yeah
Six
with
Man, I love Six Man.
Man, Six
Coach
Man.
Carter though. Coach Carter is
ooh,
probably going to be my
Coach
yeah.
Carter
favorite.
is up there. The Six Man once again. That's up
That
there.
and Glory Road. Glory Road was
Yeah.
really good.
Yes, I love Glory Road. Really good. I'm trying to think. It was a okay. It's another one. I don't know. My mother took me to see. I remember going to the movies with my mom to see Six Man. That was such a good movie.
Mhm.
Oh man. I'm trying to think. Since we got to pick one.
Mhm.
Do y'all do? I'm not sure if anybody ever even seen this movie. Well, not ever. I ain't gonna say it like that, but Kevin Durant had a movie
He
called
did.
Thunderstruck. It
He
was
did.
like it was the same premises. It was somewhat the similar premise of Space Jam, where it wasn't cartoon characters. He kind of lost his powers, and some kid ended up with his powers, or whatever the case may be.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I never watched it, but I've heard about, of course, heard about it or whatever. But yeah,
Hey, do y'all remember it was this one movie called The Air Up There with
Man,
Kevin
what?
Bacon?
I
Yeah.
love that movie. That's one. That's the one I was thinking of. I was like, there was another one I was trying to remember the name of, but yeah, the air up there. That is such a good movie, man.
I remember
Uh,
that.
I remember Rebound,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like Mike.
Mm-hmm.
like Mike. Oh man, it's so hard to pick. It's some really good basketball movies out there. Uh,
Earbud.
I feel so sorry for that dog. Like, I'm pretty sure that dog was like, I'm tired of hitting my nose. He probably couldn't smell after that. You know what I mean?
I really thought about that. Like, was this safe for this dog to do? Like, y'all
Absolutely
exploited
not.
him, and did he see any of this money? Did he get a nice house?
No, he got put to sleep. Probably that's it.
Why would you say that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, but all dogs go to heaven.
Nice turnaround.
oh man.
Oh God.
I don't know. It's too many. It's hard to pick for the basketball for me.
Oh God. Let's see.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm definitely going Coach Carter. It's either Coach Carter or Glory Road for me. It's kind of a toss up between those two.
oh man. Go
Hey,
ahead, what?
real quick. So I know I just said all dogs go to heaven. Think about this shirt though. We have this at the Blerd Syndicate, where where it's where a fusion shirt of the Full Metal Alchemist. So if you do want to happen to help us out, go buy some really cool shirts, better quality, better designs, better everything. We're trying to make it so it's your favorite t-shirt. Just stop by the blerdsyndicate.com and you can use the promo code with the BS and get 20% off. We got other ones too. We got the new Black Adam shirt that just came out. We got a Reverse Flash in black and in yellow. I mean, we got it all over there. So just come and check us out. TheBlerdSyndicate.com.
Hey. Well, I'm gonna since I was gonna say Coach Carter, but KB picked that. I would say one of my favorites I really enjoyed, like it's kind of based off a true story, is hurricane season.
Oh, okay.
That's really good. That was a really good one.
I'm gonna go with I am going to go with Coach Carter was really, really good.
It was, man.
Because then after that it gave you I loved how at the end they had, no, I'm hopeful. Yes, I am. And then after that they had the
What did they?
exactly. And then it was like Tariq never made it to college. You know what I mean?
They had that old ass dude playing. He played because he was in that, and he was in another one. Sunset Park. He was in Sunset Park, and he playing the basketball player. He was in Coach Carter playing the basketball player. And you got to think about how Sunset Park came out in '96, like the '90s, and then Coach Carter came out in what? In was it 2000s?
Probably 2000. So
2005. So like, bro, that's 10 years. I know that man was about 40 playing a high school basketball player.
You know what movie I'm glad no one mentioned?
But
Love and Basketball.
yeah, I wasn't gonna do that.
I would fight you if you put that as.
I wasn't.
I
gonna do that.
I know. You don't like it. That I avoided it just so I could bring it up right now. But but I would probably say my favorite would have to be if anything, it's gonna be Space Jam. It was horrible, but it was a part of part of me growing up, and
Yeah,
Mike had come back and everything, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But it wasn't. So yeah, those were all the questions I had for sports movies. What y'all have for me? Anything fun, exciting?
What's your least favorite sports movie?
That is a good question. Um,
Or actually, because I feel like there's enough like ones that I could probably pick that are bad. Let's make this a little more difficult. You got to get rid of one.
One sports movie.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to give you five, and you got to let one go.
okay.
Any given Sunday.
Okay.
Remember the Titans. D2, Mighty Ducks. Give me Coach Carter and Sandlot.
What was the first one again?
Any given Sunday.
So any given Sunday, remember the Titans, D2, Coach Carter, and the Sandlot, right?
Right.
I got you. I'm
Go
ready.
ahead, what?
I'm gonna get rid of Sandlot. Like as so it really to me was cool because it was camaraderie, but it wasn't really about sports for me. Like you know what I mean. And then if I look at all the rest of them, um, they had more, and then after that, their story was a little bit deeper than all the rest of the other ones. Yeah, so I would get rid of Sandlot. Uh, it's killing me, Smalls, but that was it. That's what. Yeah, yeah. Everything else I could be able to, because I was going to get rid of Any Given Sunday, but then I liked how they had everybody had their own different dynamics when it came to it. So like everybody was going through their own things. Like old buddy was, I think it was played by Lawrence Taylor. He was like a couple of like tackles. Yeah.
Yeah,
was a
he
couple
had to get.
Yeah.
He had to get his bonus or whatever the case may be. So he went. And yeah, I'm with you, White. As I was trying to decide if I was gonna go a different route, and I was like, nah, Sandlot is probably, like I said, I love Sandlot, but like you really, they played some baseball, but it wasn't like it was about more so like kids growing up, where kids like more so like just camaraderie coming together, and it was more so about getting the ball back from the damn dog.
Yeah.
But yeah,
good old James Earl Jones.
Yes, was it James?
He was was the one in getting the tea. He was
it was
so great to see you.
Really thought that was going to trip y'all up.
Yeah, I mean we all. I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah.
It was. Thought it was gonna be because when you named the first, like the first two you named, I was like, okay. And I said, then you came with D2. I was like, like damn. He threw Coach Carter, like, okay. Let's see what this last one is. You said the Sandlot. Oh, okay. I can.
I was like,
I can get rid of the Sandlot. I can be all right.
Okay, which was a sadder moment? The moment in Hardball, or the moment in Remember the Titans when he got in the car accident and was paralyzed?
Hardball, the child died.
Hardball for me. Yeah, Bert. I hate what happened to Bert too. However, Hardball was.
G-Baby dying hurt me more than a lot of other things have hurt me, because that was just so unnecessary. Yeah, but also if you lived in areas like that, like that's a real thing.
Yeah,
like that hurt me. I was so angry. Knew it was coming and was still hurt.
Damn. Yeah.
All right, so would you consider Jerry Maguire a sports movie?
You could throw it in there. It's more drama, but it's you can throw it put it in the sports category.
Again, when you do your search for sports movie, it does come up in there. So I feel like it counts. It's not the greatest one, but it counts.
All right.
Yeah, it's like I said, you can throw it in there, man, for the simple fact, like I said, it's just you actually get a sports scene, where he's on the field and stuff like that. It's more saying it's about him getting paid, somewhere, whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be. But yeah, yeah.
All right.
Oh man, I forgot about that. What I'm calling.
You said what?
I was thinking we were talking about the top five, our favorite football movies, and it's uh, the longest yard slipped my mind, but I still will
Mm.
go in and give it Sunday.
You know what I also thought about? The Blind Side.
Yeah,
Never
even
saw
though
it.
it's Blindside, so it is not nowhere near for me. Like because you listen to the real Michael or like that's
Yeah.
not me. Like that ain't nowhere near how I am or whatever the case. Like it was like yeah. But I mean, it's a movie by itself. Like it was a good movie. It was a good movie. I know my wife loves that movie. Like anytime she see it on, she trying to
Hmm.
watch it. Like I don't want to watch this again. I don't have to see the Blind Side ever again. That's how many times I don't watched it. Or it had just been on when I walk in the room or something like that. Like I don't ever have to see that movie again. Like no more.
No Moss.
No, none. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Well, before we close out, Marcus, you got something going on, don't you?
Yes, yes. So tomorrow, me and the Dub will be doing dropping our first episode or doing our first recording. We'll be live streaming on Facebook and everything through the Blerd Syndicate. We're gonna be doing Victory Road, a gaming podcast. So please check tune in tomorrow. It's gonna be at 9 as well. We're gonna be discussing gaming sector stuff like news, what's kind of going on in the gaming industry and little stuff, little things like that. Maybe casual reviews and just enjoying and talking about gaming things that we love. Also, why I don't know, this may be something that you may like. They announced today that they are going. I know you probably never played it, but they announced that they're going to be remaking the original Witcher in Unreal Engine 5, which is like this is the newest
Yeah.
engine out.
Hmm.
And so I can only imagine how awesome it's gonna look. I've never played the original Witcher either, but just the fact that being remade. It says they don't know there's no date of when it's gonna come out, but they're working on getting it remade. So I know you're a big fan of The Witcher 3. I was just kind of
Yes.
putting that out there.
I am a huge fan of The Witcher 3. Um, yeah, I love that one. I'm glad to hear it. I get mixed feelings about it because I'm happy that I could be able to play it again, but I think sometimes they just be milking us. You know what I'm saying? But with the real Engine 5, you can't really complain too much. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna trip too bad on that one.
Yeah, they did come out. The company that makes the CD Project Red, they did come out and say they're going to be doing. They kind of basically listed like Marvel does, gave us
Hmm.
like a almost a 10-year plan. They're gonna do a Cyberpunk sequel. They're gonna
Okay.
give us, and we're gonna be getting, I think, 3 or 4 Witcher games. Once the first one drop, they're gonna drop them, and they're gonna drop one, and then like 2 years later, they're gonna drop another one, and then 2 years later, they're gonna drop another one. Also, they're doing a new like a side story from The Witcher as well. That's in the same universe. So they have big plans. Let's just hope they can pull it off.
Okay. Well, I'm excited about that because it's I mean it's about time, man. I'm happy that they're doing something like that. Um but I'd also like to see where they go after The Witcher 3. But I'm good with that. So they can be able to find you here tomorrow, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, look, I think you'll appreciate this as well. So I did make a Witcher shirt. And I think you'll appreciate this one. Where,
Hey,
where it says silver's for monsters, steel is for humans. So that way you can wear your nice little slippers. Also found on the blerdsyndicate.com. So but yeah, so we I think that's really, really cool, man. I'll definitely be paying attention, be watching you tomorrow. I know you'll do great. And
Appreciate it.
I'm just excited to hear it and see what everything's going on from there.
Yes, sir.
So
I'm ready
what,
for y'all to talk about stuff I know nothing about.
there we go.
I'm
Hey,
excited. I'm gonna learn some stuff.
Absolutely. So for everyone here at the Blerd Syndicate, we are going to be like Ninja Turtles and get the shell out of here. And we will talk to you next time. All right, peace.